what you gonna do? It fell off.
Oh, big yawn. I actually had a plan for this update, and it was like, I baby brained it. I can't remember what it was. It was something to do with the fact that I was 36 weeks pregnant and this was the last week of him being considered preemie. I thought I wrote down more than this. I wrote down all of 2 dot points, which was just like questions. Like just questions I thought of that people have asked me a couple of times that I don't think I've touched on.
Can I ask you?
You can ask them if you want.
Sure. Is it weird if people touch your belly?
It's just weird that you just asked me when I wrote the question. Yeah, is it weird if people touch my belly? Honestly, I don't mind. I'm sort of over it. It is like this big solid thing that is growing a baby, so it doesn't really feel like part of me anymore. Yeah, I'm sort of... It's hard because, like, me as a person, I hate hugs. I hate contact. I hate... I'm just not a, like, physically touching person. Yeah, I'm not a person that likes people in general anyway. But no, like, I won't really hug my family or close friends. I only really hug people I don't really know because they don't know that I don't like hugs. Yeah, I don't even hug you that much.
You do. I
not as much as most people. Yeah, you force me. No thanks. I don't hug as much as a normal couple would. I don't know, I'm just not a like physically touchy person. I don't like physical contact. Get your hand off. So when people like touch my belly, I thought I would hate it, but I honestly just don't care. Don't you dare even think about it.
What do we not dare think about?
She's had her head in my bin. Some people ask before they touch my belly and I'm like, if you really want, he ain't moving. I want to feel baby move in your belly, or like why do you touch your belly? Mika wants to be a midwife, so when she touches my belly, she actually sits there and tries to feel stuff and is actually learning stuff. But when other people touch my belly and they're just like, and I'm like, you ain't gonna feel no kicks doing that. Like,
well,
if they want to feel a kick and that's why they're touching my belly, I'd prefer they just be like, oh, if he's kicking, can you let me know so I can feel it? Because then I can actually tell them when he's kicking.
Yeah.
And it's not just like...
Just saying if... Why find out gender?
Oh, yeah, that's one thing that I've had a lot. I wrote down that question as well. Is basically like people ask, oh, do you know the gender? And I'll say, yeah, it's a boy. And then they're like, oh, why'd you find out? Why didn't you wait? It's so much better when it's a surprise, stuff like that. I get that a lot. I'm like quite surprised how much I get that. Like, I have nothing against people that don't find out till the birth. The reason I definitely had to find out gender, and probably will every time, is because I can read ultrasounds. I'm learning to read ultrasounds, and I really, really enjoy reading ultrasounds because they're so different to the animal ultrasounds I've done. I wanted to be really involved in all the medical process because I'm so interested in that side of everything. And like, I was new to ultrasounds, and like, I'd done ultrasounds on sheep and horses and cows, but I hadn't done them on humans, obviously. And I really love ultrasounds on me because I can actually feel what direction they're pointing the probe in, and like, it's not just like, it's just a lot easier to picture stuff. And I didn't want to be sitting there at every single ultrasound thinking, oh, I can't look, I can't learn because if I see the gender, it'll ruin it. When I got the really expensive blood test, I just found out the gender anyway because it was like, we paid so much for the blood test, might as well get something interesting off.
Next question?
Yeah, sure.
All your questions are done, but I've gone online, like I do, and found 5 questions to ask a pregnant woman instead of the gender question. What do you need help with? Can I carry that for you? This isn't really working.
Actually, I do have something to say about that point. I honestly, since being pregnant, I semi-expected people to like be nicer to me, but if anything, they've been ruder. I've gotten way more rude stares.
Really?
It's
Is it
like,
because you're young?
I'm wondering if maybe it's because I look young, but I'm like, I don't know. I don't know why, but I've been judged way more. But Friday I went to my dad's house to get my car radio installed, and I stopped by Macca's to meet up with my mum and sister. And as I was walking in, I had to walk past this group of really loud, raucous teenage boys, like early teenage.
Raucous?
Loud, noisy, annoying.
I know the words. It's interesting.
And I like opened the door and there was one of them coming out. And this is in a bad suburb, might I just add. So one of them was coming out the door and I held the door open for them because it's just like habit. I wasn't going to just not open the door for him when he was coming out and I already had my hand on the door. And he like took one look at me and then like stepped in the way to hold the door open for me purposely. And I was actually beyond shocked because no one has done that. But yeah, it's sort of sad that I was shocked by that really. Sort of says something bad about society.
I've gone on a different thing. You have to answer these questions quickly because if you take this long to answer each question.
Okay, go.
There's 25 of them.
Okay, just go.
Okay.
Answer the
25 questions you were too afraid to ask a pregnant woman. Do you sometimes think it's a bit creepy that there's something growing inside of you?
Yeah.
That was easy.
Is that it? It's
Do you
creepy as hell.
already-
It's like this alien thing.
Do you already love the baby?
Yeah.
I don't want you to see these because you're
It's a baby
answering
already?
it before.
Okay.
Did you know you were pregnant before you officially found out?
No.
This is real quick answers. How do I ask you if you're pregnant without offending you?
Is there any way? You just don't ask. Like, you just wait till I tell you, I guess.
You know the woman who's pregnant answered?
What?
It's probably safer to wait until I tell you because
Yeah.
I will tell you all day. Have your boobs gone peculiar?
My boobs look like I'm on my period. I don't know if every girl gets this, but like usually when I'm on my period, my boobs change slightly. So now it's like I'm on a constant period and they're slightly bigger and now they've started leaking. I do have some veins on my, like, I've noticed there's veins on the sides of my boobs and like up here, but they're not like super dark or anything.
Question 8. What about your other parts?
I can't see them. Like, am I meant to, what do they mean? What about your other parts?
Pregnant women must all be the same. Her answer, I don't know, it's been a couple of months since I could see them.
Yeah, exactly. What are you meant to say about your other parts when you can't even, like, I literally can't see the cup I'm peeing in. I'm not going to be able to see the parts the pee is
Question
coming
9.
from.
I want to offer you my seat, but I can't tell if you're pregnant or just fat. What should I do?
If you want to offer someone a seat, just offer them a seat. And then it's also like, the worst part of pregnant, like at the moment I'd prefer to stand compared to at the beginning of my pregnancy
like
when I
when we go
weren't, when I wasn't showing was when I was at my sickest.
You wanted to sit.
And I like really wanted to sit, but I had to stand because I wasn't showing and no one knew I was pregnant. And it's the same as when I had my surgery.
Yeah.
Like I had surgery and I had all these bandages and I was like, could barely walk. But all the bandages were under my shirt, so I didn't look
You know what I find weird?
ill.
When we go out to like footy and stuff, Mum like makes sure as you sit down.
Yeah.
Did you see it the last game?
Yeah, she like kicked a lady off
She
the
like turned
seat.
around to the person behind. She goes, "This woman's pregnant. Let her sit down."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Mum, chill." Question.
But yeah, no, but like if you think there's something wrong with someone and you are able to stand, you don't have to prove that there's something wrong with them. Just be like, I feel like standing. Would you like to take my seat?
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
Because like
Her
then
answer.
you're not implying they're sick or anything, and you're giving them a seat, and you're being nice. I'm getting really dizzy all of a sudden. That's really weird.
Have you ever drunk breast milk?
Not for a long time.
Sure, many years ago.
Yeah, not since my mum breastfed me.
Did you have an idea of what being pregnant would feel like? How has that changed?
I don't really think I thought about how it would feel. Like I knew,
So
I sometimes would be like, I wonder what it'll feel like, but I never really thought in depth about it. I knew that everyone was different, so I didn't have really many expectations
So
whatsoever.
have your ideas on pregnancy changed since you've got pregnant? Like, is it
I have learnt a few things I didn't expect at all,
like?
but I didn't have many expectations, like the rib pain.
Didn't expect that?
I did not expect the rib pain. I did want the glowing skin, and I did think I'd get glowing skin,
Yeah, no.
but I didn't get that.
Has your relationship with your partner changed?
We've had ups and downs, but then we had ups and downs before pregnancy as well. Like, I get a lot more hormonal, but then I used to get bad when I was in my depressive stages anyway. Yeah. It also sucks because when we got pregnant was like when we were having fights heaps. Like, it was a really bad time for us because
I was out of work.
Yeah,
So
we just moved in together, but Luke was still out of work, so I had a lot of financial strain on me, and we had a lot of stress between us with, like, sharing duties around the house. His family is basically his nan, his mum, his aunt, it was him, and then his brother, and now his brother's girlfriend. And it was like, fiance, sorry. And it was like, his mum stayed home to care for his aunt, his nan.
Yeah,
sorry.
she was a full-time carer of my grandmother.
Yeah.
And that's what she got paid for. So technically it was...
So she's not technically stay at home, but she
No, but she stays
is
at home.
always at home and always caring. So it was like she would just do a lot of the stuff, like all the cleaning, all the laundry. Luke didn't have to worry about the house being messy and having to clean up after himself. He didn't have to worry about cooking.
If I just left like a cup on the bench or something, it'd just come back and it'd be gone, it'd be clean.
Yeah.
And like I just put my clothes in the washing basket and they end up back on my bed clean, and just stuff that I didn't think about. Stuff I didn't think about when I thought moving in. I thought, oh yeah, moving to a store would be awesome.
Yeah, like I literally had to teach you to
Be independent.
wash dishes properly.
And you had to wash dishes.
But yeah, so basically it was like...
That sounds bad, I'm sorry.
When we found out we were pregnant, we were still going through the stages of adapting and living together. He was adapting to having to actually do stuff.
Yeah, I mean, actually.
I was like super stressed because I literally had I just found a job, but I was also like starting exams for the last semester at uni. So I was like working constantly, coming home to clean the house, to also study, and I was just like doing everything and had a huge financial and stressful burden at the time.
I'd been out of work for 12 months.
And Luke had been out of work for 12 months, so it was like getting really stressful because he wasn't finding a job, and like it was just a horrible time to get pregnant and then have to deal with the first trimester hormones.
And I wasn't exactly that supportive.
And then he also wasn't supportive of the pregnancy at the beginning. Took a while to get there.
It didn't take
Glad
that
I
long.
went through with it now.
I'm very happy, baby.
Yeah. It was really bad at the beginning, but then it was also, like, it would have been bad even if we didn't get pregnant, to be honest.
If we didn't get pregnant, it might have actually turned out worse.
Yeah.
Because the pregnancy, like, made me even work harder to try and get work
Yeah,
and stuff.
true.
Because I was like, because I found, when you got pregnant, I found a job within, like, when did you get pregnant?
Got pregnant we found out in October, 1st of October.
Still took another 3 months to actually start. Like, I think I found it in 2 months.
Yeah, but it was
It
over
started
Christmas.
in 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. On a different note, we were talking about baby brain moments earlier.
Mm.
I had another one to mention about you.
Yeah.
I opened the fridge the other day.
Mm.
There was an empty bowl in it.
An empty bowl. Was there actually?
Yeah, I took a photo. Can I ask you if your pregnancy was planned?
I did have that asked a fair bit. Did you get that?
Mm.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't get asked if I'm pregnant, but
Yeah, but it's
when
like...
I'm with you, yeah, that happens.
I just say no, it wasn't planned, because it wasn't. I do find that people, when you say it wasn't planned, they then don't know what to say and they get a bit
They're like,
awkward
"Oh,
about it. And they're like,
right."
oh, yeah, okay, what do I say now? And I'm just like, why'd you ask if you didn't know what to say with the answer? And I'm also like, why do people really need to know? But I guess, like, you're just curious.
Don't you think my follow-up question would be, did you plan to be like this?
Yeah, but people do
I
that.
know, it's weird.
It's really weird. I mean, I would, just because I want to share stories, because ours wasn't planned, you know what I mean?
Can you reach to tie your shoes?
Yeah.
Then why do you wear slip-ons?
It is like, it's the reason it's difficult is like, because when you go to tie your shoes up, you can't bend forwards, like you can't touch your toes if you're straight, you have to have your legs really parted.
You don't sit like that.
Which is like, I sit like this normally, but like to have your legs parted and get your shoes on, it's really weird to put your shoes on sideways. And also, half the time, whatever chair you're in or pants you're wearing dictates whether or not you can actually part your legs to get your shoes on. So I just live in slip-ons because it's so much easier.
Is it weird to not get your period or the best? You did have a stage where you
I don't think it's the best because it's like you're still in a whole bunch of pain. You still get period cramps. You still get like all the other things a period. You're just not bleeding. Some people do get bleeding and do get periods, so that's like not great either. Before I got pregnant, I was on Implanon, and whilst I was on Implanon, I didn't get my period, so it'd been like a year and a half, 2 years without it. And then I got my period like 4 times because I also had an irregular period. I had really big gaps between periods. And then I got pregnant, so it's like I can't really tell how much different it is. But it is nice for me because my periods were terrible.
Do you find yourself chatting to the baby sometimes?
I don't know, it's like I feel really self-conscious about talking to him a lot, but I do it, don't
You
I?
talk to him every day.
Do I?
What do you think this is, you little bloody turd?
Yeah, that's pretty much what I talk to him.
What do you think that is?
I'll be sitting there and I'll be like, can you not put your foot in my stomach like that? Or like, get your bloody toes out of my ribs and...
Can you please move your butt?
Yeah.
I talk to him all the time.
Yeah. Okay. I talk to him like a pet more than a child though. Yeah. An annoying pet.
Do you have crazier dreams when pregnant?
Honestly, my dreams got toned down when I got pregnant. But then I had like 3 or 4 dreams and they were terrible.
Nightmares.
They were like full-on nightmares, and they were just like a depressed anxiety attack episode in a dream where all my emotions were just way out of control, and like they were horrible. Like I wanted to commit suicide and couldn't because of baby. That's like the level of crazy they were. In my dream, yeah.
Oh, you wanted to do it in your dream?
Yeah, and when I woke up, I still felt those emotions that made me want to do that in my dream. So it was like, obviously I knew it was a dream, so I'd get over it, so I didn't want to do that. But like, those emotions were still there, and I was still like heart racing.
You also get mad at me in your dreams. You wake up mad at me.
But yeah, so I had like 3 or 4 really bad dreams, and this was like over a 2-3 week period, I think. So I was like, oh, maybe I'm starting to get pregnancy dreams, and then they just stopped, and I went back to my normal dreaming, and now I just have my normal dreams, but they're still really weird.
Do any senses become heightened or others lessened?
I can smell everything, and it's really gross. My eyesight has gotten way worse, but there's no point getting new glasses because the relaxin hormone that relaxes all your muscles ready for widening to get a baby out there. It also relaxes your eye muscles, so you get blurry eyes and stuff like it's hard to focus. So the optometrist was like, I wouldn't bother paying for new glasses when you're just going to need to redo your prescription as soon as you give birth anyway. Okay, symptoms for this week. I feel better in general, but my stomach has been hurting on and off really badly this week. My back pain is also killing me. I don't know how to describe this, but it's like when I'm just sitting, like my uterus is like right under my ribs, so like I cannot slouch forwards because it just squishes everything. But then like to sit back enough that it doesn't hurt my ribs, it then puts lots of pressure on the center of my back, sort of where your bra clip is. You are annoying. I don't want your soggy wet ball.
Belly shot?
Could you put that out the door?
Belly shots?
She's gonna get annoyed. No, just wait. I have something important that I wanted to...
It's just, we've been recording for hours, so good luck editing this.
Oh
no, the cat got in! Damn it!
And the dog
got out.
I've also gotten like way more pressure down there. And I've heard women say that it feels like their baby's gonna fall out. And I think this is what they mean. But it doesn't feel like he's gonna fall out. It feels like he's trying to fall out, but is getting stuck on all my bones that are in the way. I did get this weird lower back pain that I actually thought maybe I was getting a contraction, but it just didn't continue. I've had a lot of times this week where I've thought for a second, or like a couple of seconds, am I starting labor? But then like the pain won't get worse, or it'll go too long and won't be a contraction pain. It'll just be like a pinched nerve pain or something will happen. I'm going to do a post either on my vlog or on my blog just explaining what's happening with the ureaplasma thing, because it is a whole update in itself. It has gotten crazy out of hand. But yes, I still have ureaplasma parvum and I'm back on antibiotics for it, so
Yay!
yay. But yeah, one thing I did try this week was expressing for the first time, just by hand. Hi, what's the matter? You're
It's really
weird.
funny sometimes.
You're weird, go lay down. So I tried that for the first time and it actually worked, which was really weird. I didn't like it. I honestly got really grossed out by it, so I got to get over that, obviously. It's clear, so I was like, oh, this isn't gross at all. It's just clear, it's like water. And then it got sticky, and I was like, it's sticky water. I don't like how sticky it is. But yeah, that was an accomplishment I didn't think I'd achieve.
Are you getting up to do belly shots?
Yes, I'm doing belly shots. Hey Mills, you want to be in it? Did you... Can you hear that? That's my stomach. I hope the camera got that. That was
I
really
really
weird.
thought you were farting.
No, it wasn't coming out. It was like in here.
Oh, that was weird.
That was really weird. Yeah, this is my belly.
It's a beautiful belly, isn't it?
It really hurts at the moment. Oh, itching. I've started getting really, like, my itching's getting worse.
And the stretch marks are getting worse.
And my stretch marks are apparently getting worse. I don't know what to do, like, it's just a belly. Do you want to be in my belly shot again? Oh, you're so sweet now. You don't jump up on me. You're so cute, Mills. Yeah.
You said, okay, thanks for the tip, I'll rest my abs. Do you mean...
If you enjoyed watching, please give this video a like, and if you'd like to see more videos in the future, hit subscribe. Thank you!